welcome to Clock Problems Part 2. Today we are going to learn another problem. At what time between 4 pm and 5 pm angle between two hands is 40 degrees? So before going to do the problem, let us observe the figure. I just drag the minute's hands towards hour's hand and making the angle 40 degrees. So the time may be 4 hours 19 minutes. I just drag the minute's hands once again and make it coincide. The angle is 0 degrees. That means there is a chance for another 40 degrees. So I just drag the minute's hand once again to make the angle 40 degrees. So the time is nearly 4 hours 29 minutes. So after observing the figure, let us do the problem. At 4 o'clock, at 4 o'clock, angle between two hands is equal to 4 into 30 degrees, that is equal to 120 degrees. Why should we multiply 4 by 30? The reason is, for every 1 hour the angle between minute's hand and hour's hand is 30 degrees. So for 4 hours we have 4 30s, that is 4 into 30. So for every 1 hour angle between two hands is 30 degrees. So that is 4 into 30 becomes 120 degrees. 120 degrees. Now to make 40 degrees angle, the minute hand and hour's hand should move 80 degrees. Why 80 degrees? Already there is an angle between 120 degrees. If you subtract 80 from 120, we will get 40 degrees. That is why, so the hand should cover 80 degrees to make an angle 40 degrees. So the reason behind is, so we just subtract 120. So 120 is the previous angle, the angle made at 4 o'clock. So 120 minus 80, that becomes 40 degrees. So there is another chance is there. If both hands are coincides, that means the angle is, if the minute hand drag towards our hand, so the angle is 120 degrees, and next the both hands coincides. After that again drag the hands, we have a chance for another 40 degrees. So 120 plus 40, so that is 160 degrees. At 160 degrees the hands also make an angle 40 degrees. So that is, we got 160 minus 120, so that becomes 40 degrees. So to make the angle 40 degrees, we have two cases. The first case is the two hands must cover 80 degrees, the two hands must cover 60 degrees. Okay, so we will calculate what is the time, the time when the two hands cover 80 degrees. We know that the relative speed of minute's hand and hour's hand is 5.5 degrees. That means for 1 minute the angle between the hour's hand and minute hand is 5.1/2 degrees. So that means, so we have to calculate, so how many minutes the angle between hour's hand and minute hand becomes 80 degrees. Okay, that means, so this is direct proportion. So that is why we have to calculate like this. So we have to calculate the minutes when angle 80 degrees and 160 degrees. First case 1. So to cover 80 degrees angle with both hands, so we have to use the relative speed formula. That means the hands should cover 80 degrees that means 5.5 degrees 1 minute, 80 degrees how much? So this is direct proportion. So that becomes 80 by 5 1/2, that is equal to 80 by 11/2. That is equal to 80 into 2 by 11, that is equal to 160 by 11. So we convert into mixed fraction, we get 14 6 by 11 minutes. Hence at 4 hours 14 6 by 11 minutes, the angle between two hands is 40 degrees. Minutes. The angle between two hands becomes 40 degrees. In the case 2, similarly we can do the second case also. Just divide 160 by 5 1/2, that is equal to 160, that is equal to 160 by 11/2, that is equal to 160 into 2 by 11, so that is equal to 320 by 11. So that becomes 29 1 by 11. 29 1 by 11. Hence at 4 hours 29 1 by 11 minutes, the angle made by two hands becomes 40 degrees. Let us do another problem. At what time between 4 p.m. and 5 p.m. angle between two hands coincides? Let us do the problem. So before going to do the problem, let us observe the diagram. So I just drag the minutes hands to make it coincide with the hours hand. That means angle between the two hands is 0 degrees. So at 4 p.m. the angle between minutes hand and hours hand is equal to the angle between two hands is equal to the angle between two hands is equal to 4 into 30 degrees, that is equal to 120 degrees. Now we have to find when the two hands coincides. That means the angle between two hands becomes 0 degrees. To coincide the hands, angle between angle must be 0 degrees. Hence hands to cover should cover 120 degrees so that the angles coincides. To cover 120 degrees, we already did the previous problem. We just divide 120 by 5 1 by 2. So 120 by 5 1 by 2. So that is equal to 120 by 11 by 2. 120 by 11 by 2. So that is equal to 120 into 2 by 11. That is equal to 240 by 11. If you divide 240 by 11, just do the division. So 11 240, so 2 times 22. Subtracting will get 2 0, and again 1 time 9. So you write it as a mixed fraction. We will get 21 9 by 11 minutes. That means at 4 hours 21 9 by 11 minutes the two hands coincides. So at 4 hours 21 9 by 11 minutes two hands coincides.